President Shuaxiong. All right, moving forward, it looks like a storm is coming, so we're going to try to move this along as quick as we could. And when I'm up here, I'm probably going to try to speak. I'm going to speak very, very fast. All right, next up to speak, he is the son of General Vang Pao. He is very supportive of the Lao veterans in Wisconsin here. We're happy to have him here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the son of General Vang Pao, Tan Wat Zong Va. Thank you, Tan Wat Zong Va. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, elected officials and veterans. Today is May 14, 2025, and this is the important day for us. This day is the day that my late father, General Vang Pao, left Laos, May 14, 1975. So this means that we, as the Hmong Lao, come to living in the United States for 50 years. And 50 years is not short. Most of our grandparents and elders passed away, most of them. And very few left, the ones that have 80 or 90 years old. And that this day, we say that is very important. We know that the war in Vietnam in 1961 to 75, we, the Hmong, Lao, Khmer, Mien, and many minority groups, we used to fight alongside the United States. That time is not the army, but the special forces, mostly the CIA personnel, during the Vietnam 1961 to 75. During that war, all we know that we, the Hmong and Lao, we fought against the North Vietnamese troops. The Patha Lao troops, they are not many. But mostly we know that the Vietnam War in Laos, the Cricket War in Laos, mostly we fought against the North Vietnamese regular troops. And for 15 years, we know that during that war, the United States government support us. We thought the United States government support for the Lao government, we will not be able to fight against the regular Vietnamese troops that have good training, more men. But we are greatly that the United States don't want to lose the interest in that country. So they support us the Hmong, the Lao, the Mien, under the commander of my father, General Vang Pao. We be able to fight for 15 years against the North Vietnamese regular troops. Unfortunately, when the United States withdraw from Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, we lost our country. Also the Vietnam, with South Vietnamese and the Cambodia, they lost the country too. That's why we are happy after we lost our country. The United States government know that we, the Hmong and the American, used to be good allies during that war. So the United States government accept us to come to America to be a citizen of the country. And we, after 50 years, we are grateful that now we are American citizens. Before, during the Vietnam War, we are good allies, but now we are good citizens. Hope that we, after American, we will try to support the Constitution of the United States, like during the war in Vietnam. And special thanks, our Congressman Snyder. You are the one who working hard with the Lao veteran. Yeah, so we are happy that you are here. We also met at Madison last Saturday too. Okay, and thank for our distinguished that coming to join us today. 后就比较好多站呢，这比较点就啲，你用包就美国包 ลูกชี้หลินตัววันที่กบเราอีเทียจวบปวดชาโจชียอดนู่ที่เนี่ยพลตักได้เชิงปลายอดนู่เปปงเตปงเชอเที่ยหอยอดนู่ฮะเดียเปมุงhọ tàu tửตัวเอลหนึ่งเชียตัวรู้เตเชออเมริกาเราตาวเหลือเตเชอตาวชี้เจ้ารู้ชงนอเตเตเนี่ยเตจีเตปอเตเยอเตหนอเตชื่อตาวใจตาเตจะคู่ตัวจอจงเราหมดตาเลยชัวเราชัวเจอเตเป้ปอเขาเนาะเตจะตัวจิตตัวจะยอดแต่ว่าตัวเจเลยมุ่งมั่นเหมือนกันเตจะละกันเลยเดี๋ยวที่ในพนเชนหนึ่งเดี๋ยวเป้ชัวป้าตัวเปิดเดี๋ยวเป้จำมุ่งจำปลอดเดี๋ยวคือที่คือมุ่งคือที่เมียนให้ต่อว่าเจ้าตัวจันทร์ไปจากคู่ตัวจเนี่ยตัวมดตอนชาปลุกที่รู้เชาตัวก็จะตอนยันลายเสียจบปวดตัวจะอีต่อชาเจ้าจีนเนอเนี่ยจะอีจอมวนนงกรีตัวเดี๋ยวไปให้มองหน้าถึงให้เดี๋ยวจ้าจีมดตามองเขาตาตัวเชียวที่จำปลอดแล้วล่ะไปยังถอนจอตอนเลยตูเจียตุนจีจ้าให้เดี๋ยวเนี่ยเขาว่าเจ้าฟ้าย่อหายงดอมลงส่งลงตรงหลังจากที่เทียบพูดตัวปวดชาเจ้าจีนละตอนตัวนู้จะเดินลาตัวไทยเต้ละเต้นอนละไปยังจอดจงไปยังป้อเดี๋ยวไปจอมงยิ่งตัวจงเกินเก่าตัวเขาก็จะตัวเจ้าฟ้าเดินนะเจ้าตึกจงชาเขาไปถอดไปเอาก็จะตัวยาลายที่จะปวดตัวจะอีจะจัดจุดจีนเนี่ยตัวเขาเดี๋ยวไปเนาะหาจงหาจัวด้วยจีมัวจีนอจีมัวเฮายาลาเต็มรอยเลี้ยงเมื่อจะได้เจ้าตัวอู้ตัวนอเจ้าตัวปงเดนน้ำของเราตัวเตาผาตูเขาเราอยากกินตูเชื่อเกินเก่านะไปจัดละก็เรียที่เนี่ยพลได้เลยที่เนี่ยพลจะไปตัวเจ้านอเจ้าว่ารัวมั่วรัวเจ้าไปออกก็จะตอนยันลายอีเจ้าปอดเจ้าอีเจ้าจัดจีนเลยไปมุ่งเตียมกงมงไปมุ่งเตียตัวหนาตัวชื่อนอกจากเดี๋ยวหาจีมอตั้งมงละรัวตัวจีรัวเจ้าไปลาเตรัวตัวอเมริกาเตไปเชื่อเดี๋ยวเจอตัวรัวตัวอเมริกาเตไปเตมโลกาเจ้าไปจะมีตัวไม่หย่อนตัวเกิดเกิดเชื่อตัวชี้เจ้ารู้สงนะไปเตปอให้เตไปจอตุ้นไทยมงน้ำมันเป็นสื่อเจ้ามาเกิดเจ้าด็อกเตอร์เลยยันเตาผาตัวยาเจ้าตัวลาตัวหล่อนันเตาผาตัวคงตัวลงนันเตาผาตัวไปจอนไทยมงมาเป็นสื่อมันจะละวันหนาว่าจื้อเนี่ยเขาเต้นบ่เนี่ยเขาซีดีแล้วเขาตีเต้นเตอนึกก็มันเตาเจ้าเล่นเที่ยเขาเนาะอยากเก๋หวานหนึ่งชี้เจ้าทรงเดี๋ยวไปปอละแกเขาน้อยยอดเจียนจีนี่จากโอตุจานะ起末呢，จากโอตุจาว่าก็จอเดี๋ยวจีได้จบเป็นพงศ์ตัวจิตอเมริกาได้เนาะแต่起末呢จากโอตุจา末ตอนชามันพอรู้เตรู้เฉยเป็นพงศ์เตเฉยแล้วล่ะรู้เตเฉยอเมริกาเนาะเตจอเป็นตัวตัวก็จอเดี๋ยวรัวป้าเป้เป้เตมัวเป็นสื่อตัวจอจะยันลาเลียตัวโกชีรู้ทรงขอเนาะรัวมัวเตียนจีเตเป้มงเลยยังมัวเตียนจีตัวอเมริกาที่อย่างตอนนี้นู้นเนาะเตี้ยนจีนะถึงจะกินเนี่ยพลเทียจนไหนแล้วพลท่านจนซัดร้อนใจตาละรู้เตี้ยเฉิงถึงยอให้เตี้ยไปยอรัวพุ่งยอยืนไปต่อมัวจ้าชาปวกรู้เตี้ยเฉิงเลยไปที่ไทยไปเตี้ยเฉิงเตี้ยไปหอที่ไทยอเมริกาตัวนายไปยอชาเตี้ยเฉิงเลยเตี้ยหนึ่งเตี้ยมุเดน่านู่นน่ะโรงเสียเตี้ยไปทำหน้าชัวจะจัดคณะนี่จากกุตุตาจะเจียจงวันที่ก็เปล่าลูกชิ้นตัวน่ะนี่ยังตัวตะเหลิมตะหลังตะขัดเดี๋ยวเราตัวเดี๋ยวแหงเราเนาะถ้าขี้ชงเนาะถ้าต่อพวกเดี๋ยวขี้เจ้าชงเราเจเนี่ยเรื่องวันที่เก่าตานะเพื่อก่อนเนี่ยก็มั่วลูกขี้เจ้าชงเนี่ยแหละไม่ได้สิ้นท่านพุทธแทนพุทธเช็คท่านเนี่ยเดือก็ยิ่งต้องมากงรุ่นตาทุ่นตากับตัวขนาดเทียนอกจากนอละวันที่เปล่าวันที่ขี้ลูกหลีตาลูกอยู่คอตาเนาะนอนเลยวันแล้วก็ยังวันย่อเฟสโนเทียโคตรมากงเทียนู่นเนาะเราหายจากเขาวันที่ลูกเมย์ก็เปล่านอละต่อชามินนิโซตาตลอดแล้วก็มั่วแล้วอวดต่อเทียนนะเดี๋ยวงเชียหาเตียนจงเนาก็ต่อราคาเป็นกงนะหลังจากกงเขาตาอยากจงดูก็เตียนมือกงลูกโอตุต่อเนี่ยต่อเสียงพอต่อที่อยากเทียเสียงเป้าหาเตียนเด็กจากโอตุต่ออยู่ต่อมวลเจียนจีนะเอ็นจีจะหนอช่วยให้ลูตากูก็ไม่จำไม่ได้ยอตัวเจ้ยอตัวมอตัวเจ้ตัวเนี่ยจะโอตุต่อจะตัวมอตันชาปลุกเกลุเชลเทียโอริจาละตาไปจัดรายการได้ไปหมดละมั่วจำไม่ได้นะไฟตัวนี้ตัวเนี่ยหาตัวต่อคนนะยอตัวเนี่ยตัวเจียนจีมั่วนี่ sau đó bây giờ này mong tiền dùng đi số một là để đi trả lại cái liền có bây mong sau đó nhau học từ là có bây suy lu lo tu lâu lo tu chỉ chính là bây nhau là ta chỉ được có bây giờ tu chỉ được có bây mong cầu gì thành bây giờ我cứ我第二碰我有bây giờ suyตัวbây lúc mình mong bây lúc này mong là có dùngตัวya tận thế 我做到但係我都做我做不tanah說呢個ตัวคือเจ้าลูกกงหอนั่นแหละตอน到路上นี่อยากจะว่าตอน大人到亞中特別就冇當地呢話嘅被人包係啲給我不談嘅其中意หรือสุดมูอยู่ละ係อยากจะพูดตัวเขาchỉ mua từ từเขาจะก่อก็คือจะข้าว่าละวันที่นั่นเนอะประธานนั่นน่ะตัวเขาจะเก๋ว่าประธานนอนเจียจะเสด็จthủ mà sẽ được có chơi trong giờ chơi cả cái là sẽ được có nhận chạy con chạy ta rồi thì tôi chơi rồi qua cho tôi qua cho phát thanh là xóa qua cho để biết cho cứ chơi tiền hôm nào biết tôi cùng họ nào dọn trong để chiết cho trong để cân cầu và hay thì toàn thế biết cho một nội dung là để nhà biết là bỏ luôn chiết cho trong nó ra chiết cho trong toàn thế biết chỉ bỏ được thế biết cho tôi cho kỹ nào giờ bỏ luôn chiết cho trong toàn thế này giờ tự mua cho sẽ được là tôi biết luôn nên mong tôi ra toàn thế nữa này để thôi trong đâu ok hiện tại đó cả sẽ được một cái nào khác nhau nữa cho cô tôi trả nữa cho nhà cho chị sẽ được có cho cả sẽ được như thế ha.
Next up, coming up here to speak, the name listed on here, John Trapper Schultz, State Commander. Please welcome John Trapper Schultz.
My name is John Schultz. I'm a United States Army Vietnam veteran, 28 and a half years active duty. I spent 25 months in Vietnam. And one of the reasons I'm here today is because I'm alive. And I'm alive because of you, and you, and you. I had the opportunity to serve United States Army, 5th Special Forces, Green Beret, 25 months in Vietnam in the Central Highlands. Many of you have heard a lot of the stories that I talked about, how we were able to go in and recapture several of our downed American pilots from the North Vietnamese with the help because of the Hmong Lao veterans and soldiers that helped us. Many of you have heard about the buildings we had to go into the small towns and totally destroy because of the ammunition dump in the basements in the areas, and how so many of these soldiers went in and cleared the area to make sure the children were not harmed while we did our thing during the night. There are so many stories that I can sit here and talk about, but what I've heard today and a reminder of how you, the Hmong Lao, escaped Laos, Thailand, and crossing those rivers, and all of the boats and everything you did to get here to the United States. You being accepted as United States citizens has been long, long overdue. When I take a look at how many of the fellow soldiers that I served with and the lives that you saved, and I look at them and I look at their families, I look at their grandchildren, and I realize they're alive and here today because of you. That North Vietnamese bullet that was coming through the air did not pick its target. We were all just as subject to being a fallen soldier as the person next to us. And I want to thank you and thank you all. And it's about time you're getting the recognition. And to look at that flag today and to see it at half-staff in honor of your fathers, in honor of your parents and your grandparents, I cannot salute it enough. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. 是不是不对一种自己都站着，对吧？还都路上更高了呢，还都上更高的天呢，那特别叫蒙更高呢，那的那就莫先要为白狗是呢， 哎，侬那下一辈都去，
Thank you.
这下一辈去造林的，要如果拿特别叫蒙古都这样的各种些可能。Right. Moving forward, our next speaker from Madison, a good friend of mine, met him, known him for many years now. Please welcome from Madison, Dr. Phyllis Yang.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Happy Hmong, Wisconsin Day today. It's a 50-year celebration. First of all, I want to honor to all the veterans, to all the Hmong veterans, as well as Lao veterans, as well as the state official, state legislatures, in General Van Pao's late son, Pathawan Zong. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And all the parents, friends, especially our American friends, to celebrate this special occasion, to celebrate the 50-year anniversary. My name is Dr. Philip Yang. I'm the Associate Dean at Madison, also a business owner, been living in Wisconsin for 32 years. Today, I also want to remember my father, who served as a second lieutenant during the war. And so wear his medal today to honor my father, who just passed away 2 years ago. I know that Representative Schneider, you came to my father's funeral, and I appreciate that. I appreciate all the Lao veterans who paid the last respect to my dad to send him off. Today, I want to share you some data. And there's a Hmong scholar who has done many, many great things. Today, Hmong is living in a transformation process. Within 50 years, our story starts from China to Indonesia, which is Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, Burma, and then eventually to the United States. Just a population to think about. Today, there's 12 million people, Hmong, living around the world. About 9 million still live in China. Over 1.3 million still remain in Vietnam. Almost 600,000 still remain in Laos. 150,000 still living in Thailand. In Wisconsin and the United States, it's about 368,000. California with the 115,000. Minnesota is over 101,000. And Wisconsin is home to over 70,000 vibrant community here. We are thriving, we are making contribution, we have business, we have local officials running for governor, running for city councils, state senators, other small local officials. My story is that I was born during the climax of the Vietnam War in 1972. I remember very little, but I remember after the American withdrew from South Vietnam, living with many of us don't have a lot of choice in the story that we all have. The sacrifice, the churches to cross the Mekong River to safety in Thailand. So we all had this story to share. And life in America, it's a difficult one. Many of us came with no English, no language, no culture. We think about America as a high city with lights. It's like another country. It's not like a paradise that you have to fly 2.5 days, nights and day, and you're gonna get to this place that it's with city lights, and it's kind of like a heaven. That's what most of us are thinking about America. But when we came here, it's different. And many of these elders face many challenges, barriers. but they overcame the obstacle. They raised us. I'm part of the 1 point generation. Came into America at the age of 12. I was able to start middle school, went on to high school, went to college, to graduate school. The story is America. We all have a story here. This is what makes this country so great. Because America is our home. America is a place of diverse, a place of melting pot. We all should be proud of Hmong veterans. I know each year the loss of veterans continue. It's like a dying star. But we also had the shining star. As your son or grandson, many of us, the next generation. We are proud. I always told my mom and my dad that we may not have a country, but we have a virtual Hmong country. Today, Hmong have lived all over the world. Recently, we just found some Hmong living in the Netherlands, which is part of Eastern Europe. The only thing that can bring us together, that we are united as one, is that we love each other. And one of the things that the late General Van Pao said, "被路省是有啊，被一整件事，但是被我路省入面被这个冲几个。" In other words, in the Hmong, there are 18 clans in the Hmong society. We are just one family. The reason we had different clans so that we can marry outside our clan. We cannot marry within the same clan. That's the thing about the Hmong. We united. We care about each other. So with the story that we all here to celebrate the Hmong American Day, I just want to shed some light or sort of the highlight on the Hmong. Our parents, our friends, you should be proud of what we have done this 50 years. In spite of the challenges, the Hmong have quite a success in the last 50 years. 1975 to 2025, given the circumstance, social, political, and economic status of the Hmong has achieved the following. Today, we have 3 Hmong state senators, 6 representatives in Minnesota. There's no other Southeast Asian has managed to achieve this goal. Let's give a round of applause to that. That's quite an achievement. We have 12 council members, both in the city and the metro, in Wisconsin, Nebraska, Minnesota, and California. We have 7 commissioners, 5 judges in Wisconsin, California, and Minnesota. We have 15 school board members in California, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Today, the Hmong has dominated the chicken and egg farms in North and South Carolina, Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. Today, the Hmong also dominate the farmers market, including Seattle, Washington, Madison, Wisconsin, and the Twin Cities. The Hmong also dominate in the sewing Amish quilt in Pennsylvania. The Hmong also dominate in the strawberry and fruit markets in Fresno, California. The Hmong has revitalized falling business corridor throughout the country, especially in the Twin Cities today. You probably just saw recently the Hmong just opened the Pan-Asian Mall, which including all kinds of backgrounds and different business venture. Hmong Village. Also Appleton, Long King Market, Twin Savant in Milwaukee. These are some of the things that the Hmong had done. Today we have, statistically, we we estimate there are over 2,000 Hmong doctors. But we also looking at the names and able to come up with accurately. We have 1,385 Hmong doctors in the United States. It takes 4,000 years to have Dr. Yang Dao to be the first Hmong to earn a PhD from France in 1972. And 50 years later, we have 1,385. What an accomplishment. Let's give a round of applause for here. In comparison, in 1939, this is coming from Dr. Yang Dao. In 1939, we only have 9 Hmong students enrolled at the elementary level. In 1970, there were only about 200 Hmong students attending high schools. 11 Hmong students enrolled at the college level. Today, more than 50% of the Hmong in the United States have at least 9th grade educations. 45% have at least high school diploma. 31% have at least an associate degree. 17% have bachelor degrees. This is coming from the U.S. Census 2020. We should be proud of this accomplishment. It will be interesting to see the next 50 years for the Hmong. I think the number will be double or even triple for the Hmong doctors. Today we have every Hmong, as you think about, in held every position. My friend Hmong Americans, my colleague Americans, this is our home. We are here to stay. We're here to contribute to the American society. We live in every town. We live in every city. We will be part of you. And so I'm going to close this with a couple words. Bây giờ này cho gì? Quý ở đó tôi Philip, quý ở ý tu scholar, giờ cái chauffeur sa bên mong luôn nè. Này cho gì? Rồi lên luôn nu cái rủ. Này ít sẽ có tu xe cơ, thì bên mong mong ở trên gì là. Thì khi này sao tu xe, lúc nâng toàn đây nó bây giờ cho là cho. Bây giờ cho là kia, bây giờ mong hai lũ. Bây giờ là kia, bây giờ cân cử. Bây giờ là sâu, bây giờ tự mong. Bây giờ là chia cho kỹ rồi bên mong tàu. Nên sao tu xe, lúc nâng toàn đây nó. Cũng chẳng tàu thì bây giờ chú chi nó, chỉ bỏ lại là. Cho họ thì lúc nó bây giờ cho là một sâu là. Bây giờ cho scholar, bây giờ cho là một sâu. Giờ lên đó cũng chẳng tàu thì bây giờ tu xe. Thì chỉ bây giờ bùi cho rõ. Bây giờ tao mua cho kiến chế cho là chúa rồi bây giờ nâng. Còn lúc nâng toàn đây nó cho nâng nó lại cho so rủ, so la so cả rủ. Cho hậu lử toàn đây nó biết thiệt tao là ua. Nếu như ấy cho hậu lử, nhớ rồi tới chờ nó. Chỉ do thì có chỉ là tàu xứ. Thì chỉ có chủ mua kiến chế, có chủ mua có credential, rồi thì lịch giải có là ua. Chỉ có city council, có mayor, có là ấy tôi cho, sư phụ lo rồi chỉ cần tới là yên cầu. Bây giờ chúng ta một cái, nên hôm nay nó biết thể xe, biết nhau lưu rọn tới, biết chúng mình chờ cả thứ một lần nữa, lưu tích chờ nó chỉ là biết lưu là sự. Cú rong xe thì nó cú tập bỏ, biết tụ mong tụ bắt thảo trong, có chuyện tôi nó biết sợ trong nó. Dân vì có cho kể lưu, có cho tàu giờ lấy có gì lúc mong mò. Nên chuyện họ lên nuôi của hai. If General Van Pao, I want to quote Dr. King. Quote, if you cannot run, then you walk. If you cannot walk, then you crawl. Whatever you do, you just keep moving forward. And what General Van Pao did that night, and let many of us, only the 2 or 3% degree me heard be doctor is, he had to make a tough decision that night. Do I stay and let my people suffer? Or do I move? and he made the most incredible decision to move to Thailand. And that's why today we have over 1,400 doctors in America. That is an accomplishment. Only 2 or 3% of U.S. population hold this very prestigious title. Cú rong xia chắp là thọ thả cho lo luôn là cú qua đâu, cú lọ lúc cú mò. Giờ thì chỉ lo này phong lúc plau thì lúc chỉ liền tôi vẫn thấy có plau tới được chỉ xia chỉ cho được chế này, chỉ cho được cho tú trò, chỉ cho bé hai lần bông tới lúc thấy cho lo chùa. Chỉ lúc nọ bé chỉ cho còn nọ bé chỉ tàu lúc cho cái vạn mừng rồi nọ. Bé vua tây đâu chỉ lo này phong chế này. ประธานว่าจองยศของน้องขอน้อยอย่าอีลุ้มไม่หมออีเขาเจนจีรอจับเลยไปเทชตามื่อเย็นจะกู้เราเทชตา so we should be proud ไอ้กูจงเชียร์แต่ลูกน้องกูยังในอีตัวตู้ใจตู้เจลูกนั่งตอนเต้ไปจุดยังเราป้าไปจุดเราจ่อไอ้เราลูกสาวท้อก่อนในเจ้าอุณิอุจีเจ้าเชียร์ก่อนได้ชาลิได้ลิตุเต้ก่อนในจุดเราไปย่อก่อนนั้นได้หมดก่อนนี้ย้อนเลยนอนตัวไปมัวเก่งเจอเก่งจีเคลียร์ตัวไปชัวตัวไปไอ้ก็ไปแต่ก็ละจ่อไปจ่อมีตัวมีหนัวไอ้รุ่นนั้นชี้จ่อช่องตอนได้นอนก็ไปแต่เราไปเสียจะชิบปอเลยกูหล่อช่องปอแล้วนะตอนนั้นกูจะจ่อจ่อช่องแล้วที่อ่ะกูชี้จ่อช่องแต่สินะกูจะ一波ช่องแล้วที่这里家老被种先呢 so thank you happy American Celebration Day Wisconsin Day thank you so much for everyone for being here thank you may God bless you thank you 那时候你知道，我也拿到菲律宾，不错。
Thank you very much. Dr. Philip, yeah, should have put the agency, put a Dr. Philip, yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Philip. Thank you for the statistics, as well as your wonderful words. Very inspiring. Thank you very much. Next up, going forward. The sun came back out, so we're a little hopeful now. Going forward, our next speaker, he's from the city of Wausau, where the majority of us here today are from as well. So he's the leader of Wausau. We are very pleased and happy to have him here today as a speaker as well. Please welcome Wausau City Mayor Doug Denny.
What a great and glorious day to be at the Hightgrounds. And as we see 50 years. The picture of the UH-1 Huey in the background was that flight out. I had the great opportunity to fly the UH-1 in the military, in the Army. And if anyone recalls that the sound of the Huey blades chopping through the air, it was a good feeling to know that someone was in the air to provide support for you, and you vice versa support for them. Accomplishment. Family of General Vang Pao, veterans, family, B Vang and your Cycles crew. Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Now Jean Zumxia. Yeah?
Thanks, Mayor. You're good people. Thank you.
It is an honor to stand before you today at the Hightgrounds to commemorate Wisconsin Hmong Lao Veterans Day. We gather here not only to remember, but to express our deepest gratitude to the Hmong and Lao veterans who served with extraordinary courage and loyalty during the Vietnam War. 50 years ago, May 14th, 1975, the final airlift evacuated Hmong Lao soldiers and their families from Long Teng, Laos to Nam Phong refugee camp in Thailand. This marked the end of the Secret War, a covert operation in which over 19,000 Hmong soldiers under the leadership of General Vang Pao fought alongside U.S. forces. These brave individuals provided critical intelligence, rescued downed American pilots, and defended strategic positions at great personal risk. The cost of their service was profound. An estimated 17,000 Hmong soldiers and 50,000 civilians were killed and wounded. After the war, many faced persecution leading to their resettlement in the United States. Wisconsin became a new home for many, including in our city of Wausau, where the Hmong community has enriched our culture and our civic life. As former Mayor Jim Tipple once said, these Hmong veterans we honor here today were American soldiers before they were American. Their unwavering commitment to the ideals of freedom and democracy exemplifies the highest standards of patriotism. In recognition of their sacrifices, Governor Tony Evers has proclaimed May 14th as Hmong Lao Veterans Day. Flags are across the state are flown at half-staff and to include in front of City Hall in Wausau today. Let us remember the words, as you say on your program, never again shall one generation of veterans abandon another. Today we reaffirm our commitment to honor the service and sacrifices of Hmong Lao veterans. Their legacy is a testament to the enduring values, courage, loyalty, and resilience. As we stand here today, let us reflect on the profound contributions of these veterans and ensure that their stories are told and remembered. May their bravery continue to inspire us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much. Thank you. Moving forward, we also have the Mayor of Stevens Point that's present here today. And I believe some of us are from the Point area as well. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mike Wizza.
Thank you. And thank you all for allowing me to be here today to recognize each and every one of you for your service. I'm a little young to remember most of this, but that's all right. I hear the stories and I live them through you. So to all of the Hmong Lao veterans that are here today, the American veterans and everyone who served, on behalf of a grateful community, thank you. In recognition of that, I'd like to read a proclamation. Whereas May 14th, 2025 marks the 50th anniversary of the fall of Long Cheng, a private United States Hmong air base in Laos during the secret war, and thousands of Hmong Lao soldiers suffered, sacrificed, and laid down their lives to support American armed forces. And whereas Hmong veterans and other refugees resettled in the United States to escape war and persecution, and over 1,200 Hmong Americans are residents of Portage and Wood counties. And whereas the Wisconsin Lao Veterans of America have been instrumental in honoring our Hmong veterans, bringing recognition to their heroic actions, and ensuring their legacy will not be forgotten. And whereas Hmong Americans have helped build a vibrant and diverse Stevens Point, contributing socially, politically, and economically to our community, now therefore I, Mike Wizza, Mayor of the City of Stevens Point, do hereby proclaim today, May 14th, 2025, as Hmong Lao Veteran Day in the City of Stevens Point, and urge my fellow citizens to recognize the contributions of our Hmong Lao veterans in our community and our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for the proclamation here. Thank you very much. Love it, I love it. Thank you, Mayor. Next up, our keynote speaker for this afternoon. You saw him early this morning. To Khoji Sen Yola Hailu, Takina Be Kupon in the Tia, Yaitu King, Yabe Chomong to Ponyu, Yaholo State, Wisconsin. Yamonu, Waholo Yabe Jeda, Soya Be, Goduda, Satao, Didi Watao. Manina Tasha Bambote Zaita. Please welcome our keynote speaker, Representative Pat Snyder.
All right, thank you very much, and congratulations on this beautiful day and this beautiful ceremony, and saluting all the veterans that are here today. You know, I heard a University of Wisconsin Stevens Point history professor say that when he was following immigration to the United States, and this goes back even to the 1800s and early 1900s, it usually took 3 generations for the immigrants coming over to kind of assimilate a little bit into America. And that might be the same here for our Hmong, but maybe not, because you had a lot tougher road, I think, when you think about the situation. I knew once I got into office, and a good friend of mine, Senator Jerry Petrusky, we had to do something to make sure Wisconsin and other folks didn't forget about the effort that the Hmong Lao veterans did in the Vietnam War and the help and aid they gave to the Americans. So luckily enough, we put a bill out and were able to get it passed by the governor on May 14th, 2021. But that wasn't enough. Last year I did get a bill across with Senator Tomczyk that made sure that our public schools teach the history of the Hmong journey to the United States. From the war, from the treacherous life in the jungles, Mekong River, living in really a tough situation in the refugee camps, that poverty and sanitary, and then finally getting to the United States, where you were faced with people that didn't know you and they showed up with bigotry and other hurdles for you to cross. But you persevered, you established great businesses, great jobs, and from some of the funerals that I have been to for our veterans, you have left a legacy of tremendous grandchildren and great-grandchildren that will contribute and make America even stronger. So that was important. We also were able to get the license so you can have the Vietnam veteran on your license. And I will continue to advocate for more that you might need when it comes to getting you full rights. I've talked to Congressman Tiffany and some others about this, that somehow, the CIA lost the files. I remember back when I was working for Congressman Duffy and we researched this in a fire in St. Louis, how inconvenient that was to prove the service you had. So I hope the federal government, we can do something to recognize this, because you veterans, you are starting to pass away at greater numbers, a lot like our American veterans as well, from World War II, from Korea, and whatnot. But now that this day is here, 50 years, I can remember I was when this happened in '75, I was in my freshman year in college. I just missed out on the draft. Well, I actually did get a draft number, 55, but President Nixon wasn't sending more troops over, so I guess I was close to getting there. But I did, the news coverage really didn't talk about the secret war and folks like that. So it's important that we recognize this day and let everyone know how important it is. So on days like today, the state of Wisconsin will make a citation to be able to put into our record books, as we have every May 14th. And we did it in our legislature, so actually it'll cover 2025 and 2026, since our session will close at the end of March next year. But the citation reads as this: Hmong Lao Veterans Day. Whereas during the Vietnam War, the Central Intelligence Agency and the United States Armed Forces recruited, organized, trained, and assisted Hmong Lao forces to combat the North Vietnamese Army and the Communist forces. And whereas thousands of Hmong Lao people courageously fought alongside Americans throughout Vietnam War, facing harsh retribution from the Vietnamese and Lao governments following the war's end, many were ultimately forced to flee their homes. And on a side note, I should mention, not only our veterans, but yes, their families. Lost fathers, brothers, women that would die. I mean, it's a tragedy all the way around. Whereas on May 14th, 1975, the last of the Hmong Lao soldiers and their families fled Laos for Nam Phong refugee camp in Thailand to later resettle in communities throughout the United States, including the state of Wisconsin. And today, our state is home to a significant number of Hmong Lao veterans and their families. Whereas in accordance with 2021 Wisconsin Act 31, May 14th of every year is designated as a day to thank Hmong Lao veterans in Wisconsin for their service, their sacrifice, recall their accomplishments, and encourage schools to include their military service in discussions and curriculum surrounding the Vietnam War. I would love to see some of the student classes bring in a Hmong veteran, and maybe you would need a translator to talk to these 4th and 5th graders about what it was like back then, and find out what was really the journey that was made. Whereas the Wisconsin Lao Veterans of America has established chapters throughout our state to serve local communities and educate the public about the contributions of our Hmong Lao veterans during the Vietnam War. And whereas today the state of Wisconsin joins the WLVA and all Wisconsinites in reflecting on the tremendous and too often overlooked heroism and sacrifice by the Hmong Lao veterans. Now let it therefore be resolved that Governor Tony Evers, Senator Corey Tomczyk, and Representative Pat Snyder do hereby honor our Hmong Lao Veterans Day throughout the state of Wisconsin, signed on this date, May 14th, 2025, by the Governor, the Senator, and myself. I want to thank you very much, and honored to be here for this great celebration and recognition. I want to thank you for lunch. It was delicious. I never leave a Hmong event hungry, so thank you for that. Your generosity is incredible. But celebrate this day, celebrate your journey and your families, and know that I'll always be in your corner. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you very much. Such a good friend of our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, absolutely. You bet. Thank you so much. Always. Well, good. And I thank you for your support. Thank you. Seeing you a couple of days. Yes, thanks for your support. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. And your dad was great. Thank you. Thank you.
Before you leave, let me know.
Thank you, Pat, our good friend.
Please have something.
Next up, we have on our speaking program, before it flies on my hands, we have on our speaking program State Senator Corey Tomczyk. I don't see him, but somebody from his office.
He couldn't make it.
He couldn't make it. All right. But Senator Corey Tomczyk was listed on the speaking agenda. He couldn't make it. Next up, we have U.S. Congressman for the 7th District. We have Tom Tiffany here that was invited to speak. But we do have somebody from his office. Please welcome Maggie Cronin, ladies and gentlemen. Maggie Cronin.
Thank you, and it's such an honor to be here today. Thank you for inviting Congressman Tiffany to be here for this 50th anniversary celebration. He's in Washington today and is unable to be here. So I'm Maggie Cronin from the Wausau office. The Wisconsin bill designates May 14th the anniversary of the last airlift of Hmong Lao veterans out of Laos in 1975 as Hmong Lao Veterans Day. Today we recognize and pay tribute to the extraordinary sacrifices of Hmong and Lao veterans who fought alongside the United States during the Vietnam and Secret War. As a former teacher myself, I am elated that the Wisconsin schools will now be teaching Hmong history and observe this date while discussing the important sacrifices of the Hmong Lao veterans with students across the state. Today, we honor all of the brave individuals, some of whom are with us at this ceremony, for their courage, resilience, determination to help protect and defend and share information with American forces. As we know, Hmong soldiers fought alongside the American soldiers during this covert war to help aid and assist the American effort in preventing communism from spreading deeper into Southeast Asia. It's a fight that many of us still fight today. We owe it to our Hmong veterans that fearlessly served in the fight against communism to give them the distinction and recognition they deserve. That is why Congressman Tiffany continues to support legislation for our Hmong veterans that honorably served in the Vietnam War and give them the recognition that they deserve. So on behalf of Congressman Tiffany, it is my honor to be here today, and I am glad to honor the sacrifice of the Hmong and Lao veterans. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maggie. Thank you so much. Tom Tiffany is also very supportive of our community, and him not being here but having someone from his office, that means a lot to us today. So thank you very much, Maggie, for your presence. Going forward here, we have listed Mike Korger and to speak, but he's not here is what I'm told, right? Mike Korger? And Mike, or someone from his office? Okay, so Mike Korger is not here. He was also asked to speak. We have listed on here a Vietnam veteran. They told me this individual is here today. Jack Voigt, please welcome Jack Voigt.
Thank you, sir. It is an honor to be here today. It's a remembrance of a day that happened in 1984 when I was here, and many of you probably were here too, possibly, when this site was dedicated as the Hightground. A C-130 came in above us, not more than 300 or 500 feet above us, but it sent goosebumps to all of us. It really did. Let's show of hands. Anybody here on that particular date back in 1984? Not too many, but it was a beginning of a project that is unbelievable. To honor not only American veterans, but also Hmong veterans. It is an important site for both parties to be represented and also to be respected and to be honored. I have a lot of comments here that I don't want to repeat because they already been said. That's what happens when you're the 13th member on the dais to say some words. But certainly I'll just say things that I think are important to my heart as well as to your hearts. Is that the Hmong community has really, really, really done something marvelous as an immigrant society in our country. Now, I'm from Appleton, Wisconsin. I served in Vietnam in 69, 70, served with the 25th Infantry Division, and of course, the 25th Infantry was about 30 miles northwest of Saigon. I won't mention the name of the city now, but anyway, it was unknown to many of us in that sector of Vietnam that the Hmongs were not part of the U.S. military because we're so close to Cambodia. And my friend David Zine, he said, I was in Cambodia. No, he was in Laos. I was in Cambodia a number of nights as well. And I can't believe what has happened to the Hmong community. I'm from Appleton, and the Hmong community in Appleton has really, really, really done a marvelous job. As you all know, immigrants have a difficult time to resettle into our community, similar to what's happening right now of what's happening in our country. And hopefully a resolution can be solved for all of us for the betterment. And the Hmong community has really created a betterment and a real community asset to everyone in this state as well as across the United States and across the world as well. So, and again, I commend everyone here who took part in this celebration. In closing, before I close, I'd like to make a mention something that has happened. 2 weeks ago, I helped dedicate a wall that I've created to honor the 1,249 veterans from Wisconsin that were killed in Vietnam. And many of you are here today that went to that ceremony, that dedication in Appleton. It was to dedicate and honor those veterans. Now, my mission now will be to honor the veterans of Hmong veterans who have families in Wisconsin. I've been told by Mr. Zong that there's at least 64, is that right, sir? At least 64 veterans who perished in Vietnam as well. I want to create a wall to honor those veterans next to the Vietnam veterans of Wisconsin. So that is on the table for not only discussion, but it's going to happen. And I hope that many of you will attend that ceremony as well. So with that, I thank you all. God bless you all, to our great country and to the great people of the community, Hmong community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, our last person up here will make the closing remarks. Tu cơ yếu là hai lũ nó thì nếu yếu hai cho lũ cơ thì hai lũ sau là sư. Nên là thọ chờ Captain Giáp Long và thọ chờ Captain Giáp Long và thọ chờ.
Thank you, MC. I would like to thank everyone, the all guest speakers today, your patient, a long day. So I want to thank you so much. I also want to thank you, State Wisconsin legislature and elected official to join us today to support our Wisconsin Hmong Lao veteran and today. And the most of people here, they came to support and to join us many years in the past too. I want to thank you everyone. For your speaking today and your supporting and your time and your leadership, very high value for the Hmong community and for the Wisconsin Hmong Lao veteran. And without you, we cannot have today. And without General Wang Pao, we cannot in this country too. So thank you. Thank you so much. And our program and the guest speaker will be aired this time. Thank you for veterans, family veterans, and leaders, everyone, to support them today. So I hope that everyone back home safety. Especially, I would like to thank you, my friend, Patrick Renera. I think you are the one working hard for our Lao veteran and Hmong community around the district or over the United States, over the Wisconsin state for the Hmong veterans. Thank you for your support. And thank you, Dr. Yang. I think you have briefing our history, and you have to brief our life opportunity and prosperity for achievement many things good for the United States for us to know that. Thank you. And so, thank you. And God bless America. Thank you so much.